Hi guys, I'm Jack. I'm creator of Common Sense Keto. I just want to talk to you guys today a little about who I am and how I got here. Like far too many others, I just woke up one day and I found myself in trouble with my weight. I know, I know I didn't actually wake up one day and get in that position, but it just seemed that way. I always knew my weight was a problem, but one day it just really seemed to have bounced up and hit me in the face. This was the day that I got my first family photo back with my wife and kids. You know, ever since I was in the sixth grade, I've been overweight. I stayed just what I thought was slightly overweight until the day I met my wife and got happy and got relaxed. Before long, though, it was out of control. I heard people telling me, you might want to cut back a little bit. You're kind of getting big, but I just didn't want to hear it, and I didn't see it. I looked at myself in the mirror every day, but I just didn't see it. Until I actually looked at myself in that photo and saw a different light, I just didn't see it. But that was a wake up call. That picture was in 2005, and I've spent the last 13 years on this massive journey to find my health and fitness. In that time, I've taken myself from, I was 298 in that picture, down to 175 pounds. But at that 175 pounds, I just still didn't like the way I looked. My face was skinny and gaunt. I didn't look healthy. And I still had a huge belly and love handles. I was still a skinny fat. So since then, I've tried everything under the sun, including every diet fad, every trend, the bars, the shakes, you name it. But I always went back to the one thing that really worked, which was a low carb, high fat diet. I just always, I knew how well it worked for me. It got me down 125 pounds. So everything I would try, which would inevitably fail, I would just go back to what worked for me. So I would go back up and down in weight sometimes, but I never got out of control again. I always stayed within a reasonable frame of weight. And this is me now. So in that picture I just showed you, I'm 195 pounds, much different position than I was at 175. At 175, I was skinny fat. I had no muscle. I didn't work out at all. I just dieted. I still had lots of abdominal fat, and I wore a size 36 jeans. Today at 195 pounds, I wear a size 30 jeans. So that tells you exactly how far I've come. So I'm no longer skinny fat. I don't have the abdominal fat anymore. My waist is much smaller. And a lot of that's fitness. I've devoted a lot of my life to fitness, but it's also just finding the way that works and sticking to it. So along my journey, it's this long 13 years, I found all the various ways that work to lose weight and get fit, but I've also found so many of the ways that don't work at all. That's what I want to help you with. I want to help you not make the mistakes that I've already made and just stay on a downward trend. I've done it all. I've seen my fair share of pitfalls, but there's still things to learn, of course. I don't claim to have all the answers. But the thing about me is I don't stop looking. I never stop changing. I don't stick with one idea. If it doesn't work, I change it. If I find something that contradicts the way I think right now, I'm going to change it. There's no point in being stuck in your ways and having, the mentality that only one diet works or only one method works. I know what does work, and if I find something better, then I modify. That's what you have to keep doing. You can't stick to one thing and expect that to work forever. If you find something else that works better, you got to go with it. I wanna help you find your way the way I did, but of course not taking 13 years to do it. So during the 13 years of my journey, I've known I wanted to do something with health. So what I've done is I've become certified as a CrossFit Level 1 trainer. I've been certified in sports nutrition, and I'm currently completing my registered holistic nutrition course. I also continue to research every day. I write blogs, I write articles on my Facebook group outlining what I've learned and the new things that I've found. With all that being said, you've got to be wondering what's different about Common Sense Keto from all the other keto channels and keto groups out there. I know there's tons of them. So here it is. My number one thing is I want you to lose weight, but I don't want you to lose your mind. So we need to get real. There's no problem with people knowing how to lose weight. People lose weight every day, nonstop. People have lost hundreds of pounds before. The problem is they likely gained it back. Everyone knows this. Everyone watching this video has lost weight before. Likely also put it right back on. That's why programs like the WWs of the world have a 2% success rate, and even bariatric surgery only has a 5% success rate. Along the way, I lost and gained probably 100 pounds over a couple of times. So again, the problem with weight loss is not losing it. It's well documented that losing weight the traditional way by cutting calories doesn't work. It never keeps the weight off. It always comes back. And the reason it does this is because it lowers your metabolic rate. Your metabolic rate is the amount of calories or energy, I don't like to use the word calories, the amount of energy that your body uses just sitting still or with any activity you do during the day. So a great example of how dieting lowers your metabolic rate is The Biggest Loser. So the contestants of The Biggest Loser were followed by researchers at the National Institutes of Health for 6 years after the show. They found that regardless of maintaining their exercise and super low calorie diet regime, all of them gained weight back. They followed 14 of the 16 contestants. And for all of them, it was the same story. No matter how much they worked out and how little they ate, they still tended to gain weight back. The reason was clear. Every single one of them had a huge drop in their resting metabolic rate. They burn less energy just sitting still. And what this means is they had to maintain that super high intensity workout mentality they got from the show, as well as their crazy restricted diets. And they did this pretty consistently over the 6 years. Yet they still gained weight back. They might have eaten a little bit more, because to be honest, how hard must it be to maintain those super low calories and work out 3 hours a day? Likely they ate a little bit more, they worked out a little bit less, but over the long run, it was insignificant, the amount of the changes, and they still gained weight back. Even if they didn't regain any weight, but still had to do this 1,200 calories a day type thing and work out 3 hours a day, how can that be maintained? I know personally I only work out an hour a day, and that's difficult for me to squeeze in sometimes. I can't imagine having to work out 3 hours a day every single day just to maintain weight loss. It's not feasible. Nobody can do that. Who has the time to work out 3 hours a day? I mean, these people found it somehow, but how hectic must their life have been to do that? Not to mention starving to death all day. Who wants to do that? Not this guy. Anyway, so what I've done is I've come up with a way to allow you to eat enough to not only keep your metabolic rate high, but in many cases bring it back up to a normal level. Because let's face it, most people out there have been on numerous diets their entire life, eating ungodly amount of low calories, some as low as 500 or 600 calories a day, which is insanity. And that's damaged your metabolic rate. So the way I've set up my program or my macros that I recommend, it actually brings your metabolic health back. So you can burn more energy. You can use more energy just sitting still. And I don't want to see anybody have to work out 3 hours a day or starve in order to keep a healthy weight. It doesn't make sense. Nobody's ever done that in the history of the world. Why would we start doing it now? It doesn't make sense, and that's not what I'm going to have you do. And don't let me steer you wrong. Exercise is amazing. I recommend everybody get some exercise. It's good for so many things. It's so good for health. It's just not a great strategy for weight loss, and it never will be. The phrase "you can't outrun a bad diet" is absolutely true. Okay, well, I know this was just a taste, but I have to keep it a little short for now. I'm still getting in the mode of making videos. This is my very first video I've ever done. So I'm practicing, I'm going to get better, I'm going to add some drawings and some illustrations in to better explain points going down the road. I'm still collecting some of the gear to do that. So look, subscribe and stay tuned for more videos. If you got questions, if you got ideas for future videos, put them in the comments below. I'll read them all, and I'll try to incorporate as many as I can. I've got tons of topics I want to discuss in future videos, like how this works, how you can eat more and still lose weight, how much weight you can expect to lose, how the hormones involved in the process work, what they are, what they do, the processes. I've got some pretty neat things planned, so everybody subscribe. Look in the comment sections below. Tell me what you think. Give me ideas for future videos, and there's some links to my Facebook group and my blog below as well. Make sure you check those out. You can get more information. There's lots of great people there to help you out. Big community. There's about 130,000 people there to discuss and talk through all your ideas with, or you can ask me questions directly there and I'll answer. So that's it for today, guys. I want to thank you for listening to me. If you want more, like I said, if you want more info, visit my Facebook group. It's facebook.com/groups/Common Sense Ketogenics. My blog, www.commonsenseketogenics.com. I'm also going to link them below, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.